ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football overtime, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive.
3rd down.
But instead, 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, they go to Edwards. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 30. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. Big hitter there. 1st down gain of 26 yards. That's his longest run of the 1st quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the gun, Bridgewater. Letting one go deep for the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. T.Y. Hilton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Vikings 7, Bears nothing. Robbie Gould set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
First carry now for Nick Chubb. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They give the Chubb out of the gun. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
He's brought down at the 31. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. A run for Nick Chubb. He's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. They'll run for him. Chubb, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They run with Edwards. And a short gain down to about the 33. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Bridgewater. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield.
And he'll get him. Touchdown, Minnesota. Naeem Hines, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
1st and 10. At their own 22-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds.
Complete.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And that is incomplete.
Intended for Sterling Shepard. Incomplete. 3 plays and out. It's 4th down.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And they are going for it. Herbert now. With a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Blocked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on a final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Edwards now on 1st and 10. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Taken down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And now the hook up downfield on 2nd down. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 27 yards there, a 1st down. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. This is Hines. Man, this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
On 2nd and 12, Bridgewater to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Coverage defensively.
The Vikings on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd down and 12. The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Naeem Hines. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of it.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. T.Y. Hilton. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Vikings 21. Bears nothing.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. Well, he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
21-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it up. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Otss, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On 2nd and 9, Bridgewater looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Throwing is Bridgewater. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. Bridgewater now. And that is going to be incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Bears will get the football back.
Is a turnover on downs.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
But no, but let me finish.
Okay, Murphy.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. That's complete left side to Shepard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
And the Bears, 1st down.
He'll layer this one out deep for and got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
A gain of 30.
That one goes for 30 yards from the gun. It's a give to Chubb. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
1st down.
Here's Herbert.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming.
let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changed.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had two nice interceptions a week ago. Now two here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film, and it's working. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Herbert now. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 10-yard line.
On the carry, it's Chubb. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
2 yards.
2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked off inside the 5. Potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. Got his man, that's Tyrell Williams. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Tyrell Williams in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Gold to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Makes the score Vikings 28, Bears nothing. Robbie Gould set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. On the return, Phillips. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, goal now out to kick it away. And this will make it into the end zone. Oh, deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football, and the Vikings pick up the football.
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. Just scored. Now they go down, knock the ball free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase their lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
On the other side, a little insult added to the injury. They're in a bad spot. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
He was brought down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
They're going for it. Here's Herbert. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Incomplete.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
24-yard line.
Off the play fake, Bridgewater. And a heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by one from him. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And that is incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they got a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Chicago.
Chubb. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Gain of 21 yards.
One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
41-yard line.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
10-10.
Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe him.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota. 53 yards. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Catch made right side by Wilson. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up third.
And again, it's Bridgewater. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
He will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Bears will get the football back.
Turnover on downs.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. He's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play that time out of Chubb. And even 80 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll run with Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. And that's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
From the 8-yard line.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. Touchdown, Bears! Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down, it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for it. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Gonna look deep for Wilson. And the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings are gonna add on to their lead. Now Gold for the extra point. he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
35, Bears 7. Robbie Gould set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Third down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Out of the gun, Herbert. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. Great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind, going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Here's Bridgewater. And be intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And nothing there on the return. They got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line.
First and 10.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They begin this drive with Chubb. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Here it's complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now it's Herbert. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down. Throw left side complete. That's Shepard. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Sterling Shepard. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bears cut into that lead. It's good, and it's now 35-14.
The score, Vikings 35, Bears 14.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Vikings now to start their next drive. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think you might not be dialing that up again.
Well, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he trotted out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Here's Hines. And he powers his way up past the 30.
The ball carrier.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. Over middle here to Wilson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a 1st down. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Play action now. Bridgewater. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Bridgewater. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. And Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down.
3rd down.
3rd and long for Bridgewater. And that's knocked away and incomplete. The veteran safety Antoine Bethea there on the defensive coverage.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Javarius Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. The interception was a good starting point, but still a huge hill to climb with his 3-score deficit and time fading. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. And this one's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
It's a screen pass, that's complete. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. A 3-yard loss, 4th down now. Herbert throwing again.
That's a nice cup inside.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Shaquille Barrett. And, boy, that means this next drive is going to start at the 3-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll look to run with Edwards. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Gus Edwards. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Gold to add the extra point. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. They're down here in the forth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Chubb. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're putting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. And they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
Byron Jones brought him down. It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. He's got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A run with Chubb on first down, not going to be a good one. He won't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And now here is another interception. Blocked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now Chubb. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts.
1-yard gain.
As they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
At the 20-yard line.
They run it again with Chubb. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. And now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. As they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They give the Chubb out of the gun. He's got a first down past the 30. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line.
On the carry.
Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
And the Bears first down.
Run for Nick Chubb. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, he kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
And what one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. They run. Chubb. A beautiful fake. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. A field goal gets them closer, but they say no thanks. We want the lead. One last throw here for Herbert. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Tonight's final score, Vikings.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Why were they clicking on offense?
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Minnesota, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.